This is your everyday English class.
Hello! Welcome to English Cactus. My name is Anna.
And my name is Brian. This podcast will help you practice your English in a fun and natural way, improving your listening skills.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a business meeting and didn't know what to say?
Or maybe you understood a few words, but you felt nervous and couldn't respond.
That's very common. Many people study English for years, but when it's time to speak in a real meeting, they freeze.
And if here's something important, you don't need perfect English to communicate well in a business meeting.
Yes, sometimes simple English is more powerful than complicated English.
In today's episode, you're going to learn how to understand and speak in business meeting conversations using simple and natural English.
And don't worry if you don't understand everything the first time. Just relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the process.
After the dialogue, we will explain the vocabulary, expressions, and cultural tips. It will become much easier to understand.
Also, we have a PDF of this lesson available for download in the description, so you can study anytime you want.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support is really important to us, and you will not miss anything.
And leave in the comments, where are you from?
Now, grab your coffee, relax.
And let's begin.
Good morning, Sophia. Thanks for joining the meeting today.
Good morning, Lucas. No problem at all. I'm happy to be here. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks. A bit busy, but everything is under control. How about you?
I'm good too. I have a lot to do, but I'm trying to stay organized.
That's great to hear. Staying organized really helps. So let's get started. We have a few important points to discuss today.
Sure thing. I'm ready. What's first on the agenda?
First, I'd like to talk about the new project timeline. We need to finish it by the end of next month.
Sorry, did you say next month or this month?
Next month. So we still have some time, but not too much.
Okay, got it. That sounds reasonable, but we need to move fast, right?
Exactly. Time is very important here. If we delay, we may have problems later.
I understand. What do you recommend as the first step?
I think we should divide the tasks between the team members. That way everyone knows what to do and we can work faster.
That makes sense. Clear roles are always helpful. I can take care of the client communication. I enjoy talking to clients and answering their questions.
That's great. Thanks so much. You're really good at that, and you're very professional.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And who will handle the reports?
I can do the reports, or we can share the work. What do you think?
Maybe we can share. It will be faster and less stressful for both of us.
Good idea. Let's do that. We can split the reports into parts.
Perfect. We can also review each other's work to avoid mistakes.
Excellent point. That helps improve quality.
By the way, do we have a budget for this project?
Yes, we do, but it's a bit limited, so we need to be careful with spending.
I see. So we should avoid extra costs, right?
Exactly. We should focus only on what is necessary.
No problem. We can keep things simple and efficient.
That's the best approach. Simple solutions are often the best ones.
I agree. Sometimes people try to do too much.
That's true. Now, let's talk about the meeting with the client next week.
Sure. What time is the meeting?
It's at 10 a.m. on Tuesday.
Okay, that works for me. Should we prepare a presentation?
Yes, definitely. A short and clear presentation.
I can help with that. Do you prefer slides or just a simple document?
Slides would be better. It looks more professional and is easier to follow.
Great. I'll start working on it today. Do you have any ideas for the structure?
Yes, we can start with a short introduction, then talk about the goals, and finally present the timeline.
That sounds good. Should we also include some examples?
Yes, that would be helpful. Clients like to see real examples.
For example, we can show a similar project we did last year.
Exactly. That's a great idea.
I'll add that to the slides.
Awesome. Keep going. You're doing great.
Thanks, that really motivates me.
Also, let's practice before the meeting. Maybe on Monday afternoon?
That's a good idea. Practice makes perfect.
Yes, and it helps us feel more confident.
I agree. Sometimes I feel nervous when I speak in meetings.
That's normal. Everyone feels that sometimes.
Really?
Yes, the key is to practice and stay calm.
That's good advice. I'll remember that.
We can also prepare some answers for possible questions.
Good idea. What kind of questions do you expect?
Maybe questions about the budget, the timeline, or the team.
Okay, so we should be ready to explain everything clearly.
Exactly. Clear communication is very important.
I'll write down some possible questions and answers.
Perfect. That will help a lot.
Oh, one more thing. What if the client asks for changes?
Good question. We should be flexible and open to feedback.
Right, so we listen first, then respond.
Yes, that's the best approach.
And we shouldn't say no too quickly, right?
Exactly. First understand their needs, then offer solutions.
I like that. It sounds more professional.
It really is. Clients appreciate that attitude.
Learn something new every day, right?
Absolutely. Study English every day and also improve your work skills.
That's true. This meeting is already helping me a lot.
I'm glad to hear that. You're doing great.
Thank you, Lucas. That means a lot.
Before we finish, can we review the main tasks?
Of course, let's make sure everything is clear.
So you will handle client communication and help with the presentation.
Yes, that's correct.
And we will share the reports and prepare for the meeting on Monday.
Perfect. I'll also prepare some example questions and answers.
Great. That will make us more confident.
Should we set a time for our practice session?
Yes, how about Monday at 3 p.m.?
That works for me.
Perfect. I'll send you a calendar invite.
Thanks so much.
No problem at all.
One last question. Do we need to invite anyone else to the meeting?
Good point. Maybe we should invite Mark from the finance team.
That's a good idea. He can help with budget questions.
Exactly. I'll contact him later today.
Great. Is there anything else we need to discuss?
I think that's everything for now.
All right. This was a very productive meeting.
Yes, I agree. We covered a lot.
Thanks for your time, Sophia. Thank you, Lucas. It's always a pleasure working with you.
Same here. Keep going. You're doing an amazing job.
Thanks. I will.
See you at the next meeting.
See you.
Wow, that was a great dialogue. Very natural and very useful for real-life business situations.
Yes, absolutely. And remember, guys, we always work hard to bring you the best content for free. If you want to support us, you can check the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. Any support means a lot to us.
Now, let's break this down step by step. First, we're going to look at some useful phrases from the dialogue, then vocabulary, and finally, some cultural tips.
Don't worry if you didn't understand everything the first time. That's normal. Keep going. You're doing great.
Let's start with an important moment. Lucas said, "Let's get started. We have a few important points to discuss today."
This is a very common phrase in meetings. Let's get started means vamos comenzar. You can also say let's begin or shall we start?
Yes. For example, you can say, "Let's get started with today's meeting," or "Let's begin the presentation."
Then Sophia answered naturally and continued the conversation. This kind of phrase helps you sound professional and confident.
Another great moment. Sophia said, "Sorry, did you say next month or this month?"
This is very important. This is how you ask for clarification politely.
Exactly. Instead of saying, "What?" you say, "Sorry, did you say?" Much more polite.
You can also say, "Could you repeat that, please?" Or, "Can you say that again?"
Lucas also said, "I think we should divide the tasks between the team members."
This is a great structure. I think we should. It's soft, polite, and very common in business English.
Yes. Instead of saying, "We must do this," which sounds strong, you say, "I think we should."
Example, I think we should start earlier, or I think we should check the data again.
Sophia said, "That makes sense."
Super useful expression. It means hizo faz sentido.
You can use it in many situations. For example, "Oh, that makes sense now," or "Yes, that makes sense."
Lucas said, we need to be careful with spending.
This is very common in business, talking about money, budget, control.
You can also say, we need to save money, or we should avoid extra costs.
Sophia asked, "Should we prepare a presentation?"
Great example of making suggestions using questions.
Yes, you can say, "Should we start now?" or "Should we invite more people?"
Lucas said, practice makes perfect.
Classic phrase, very motivational.
And very true. The more you practice English, the better you get.
Study English every day, even a little.
Now let's talk about some important vocabulary from the dialogue.
These are words you will hear a lot in business situations.
The first word is timeline.
A timeline is a plan of time. It shows when things will happen.
Example, we need a timeline for this project. It helps organize tasks.
The opposite idea would be no plan or disorganized.
Next word, budget.
Budget is the money you can spend.
Example, our budget is small, or we need to stay within budget.
If you spend too much, you go over budget.
Another important word, task.
A task is a piece of work, something you need to do.
Example, my task is to prepare the slides.
You can also say daily tasks or simple tasks.
Next, client.
A client is a person or company that buys your service.
Example, we have a meeting with the client.
Very common in business English.
Another word, presentation.
This is when you show ideas to people, usually with slides.
Example, I will give a presentation tomorrow.
Very important skill.
Next, feedback.
Feedback is when someone gives their opinion.
Example, the client gave us feedback.
It can be positive or negative.
Last word, efficient.
Efficient means doing things well without wasting time.
Example, we need an efficient process.
The opposite is inefficient. Now let's talk about some cultural tips for business meetings.
This is very important if you work with international teams.
First, in many countries, being on time is very important.
Yes, in places like the United States or the UK, being late is not good.
Always try to arrive early or on time.
If you are late, say, sorry for being late.
Another tip, people are usually polite and indirect.
Yes, instead of saying, this is wrong, they say, maybe we can improve this.
It sounds softer and more professional. Also, people often use phrases like, I think, maybe, perhaps.
This makes communication more friendly.
Another important point, listening is very important.
Don't interrupt. Wait for your turn.
And show interest. You can say, I see, or that's a good point. Finally, preparation is key.
Always prepare before a meeting.
Think about what you will say and practice if possible.
That's how you build confidence.
So, as you can see, this dialogue is full of useful expressions.
Keep practicing, listen again, and try to use these phrases in your daily life.
You're doing great. Keep going. Now we're going to give you some simple sentence models that you can use in real business meetings.
Yes, these are easy and very useful. You can start using them today.
Let's start with a simple one. I think we should start now.
You can change this sentence easily. I think we should wait. I think we should check this again.
Another very useful phrase. Can you repeat that, please?
If you feel nervous, you can use simple versions, like, sorry? Can you say that again?
Next, what do you recommend?
This is great when you don't know what to say. Very natural.
Simple version. What do you think? Any ideas? Another important one. Let's review this.
You can also say, let's check this. Let's look at this again.
Talking about tasks. I can take care of this.
Or simpler, I do this. I can do this.
For agreeing, that sounds good.
Or, good idea. Perfect.
For meetings, should we schedule another meeting?
Simple version, another meeting, meet again.
So let's do a quick recap of what you learned today.
Today, you practiced a real business meeting conversation with simple and useful English.
You learned how to start a meeting, how to give opinions, how to ask questions, and how to respond in a professional way.
You also saw important vocabulary like budget, timeline, and client, and how to use them in real situations.
And don't forget the cultural tips, being polite, listening carefully, and preparing before meetings.
Now let me ask you, are you ready to use English in your next meeting?
Or are you still waiting for the perfect moment?
The truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. You improve when you practice.
Even if you make mistakes, keep going.
Even if you feel nervous, keep going.
Speak, try, learn something new every day.
Because every small step brings you closer to fluency.
Now tell us in the comments, have you ever participated in a meeting in English?
And what is the most difficult part for you?
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this episode with a friend who is also learning English.
And remember, we also have a PDF of this lesson available in the description, so you can review everything in practice anytime.
Keep practicing.
Keep improving.
Take care.
See you in the next episode.